Happy Thursday, everybody. I love the start of that. We can barely hear it, but okay.
It's okay.
Turn it up.
I tried. Through the nightmares.
Happy Thursday. This is Cinco Squad with Jonathan Sawyer. With me is Grandpa Jay.
What's up?
Grandpa Late Jay. And Pat in the hat. Mikey D. Up in the corner.
It's still working when the show is scheduled to start, man.
I love when we disappear, though, and we come back into the show and Jamie just appears. Like a magic show every time.
How's your week going, guys?
Good.
Excellent.
Things are going well.
Anxious is the
Sure.
word.
Very much so. I haven't watched any sports. I haven't watched literally any sports talk all week. Just like I did last time.
It doesn't even feel like Super Bowl week. That's what's weird.
What?
Doesn't even feel like Super Bowl week, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it's just overplayed a lot of times. I mean, when the Eagles weren't in the Super Bowl like last year, the years before that, like it's just overplayed for 2 weeks. Like just like it kills you after the first week. It's just like, all right, come on, let's just get to the game every single time.
Yeah, you guys are not talking like football fans.
That's and honestly,
But I am talking like football fans because I just want to watch the game. I don't care about all the talk and everything.
The media shit, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like ridiculous.
Then it's a little. The Pro Bowl in between really kills it for me.
Correct.
No,
it feels like the season's over.
Tosses.
I was going to say, I was watching the Michael Kay show yesterday on Yes, and that they said the exact same thing. They're like, the one thing we hate about this is the 2 weeks in between because it kills the mood.
But it does guarantee you the best possible game because it gives people a chance to get on the field that may not have been there. So I understand their reason for it. It also creates hype around this big event, right? Like you need to hype it up for a full week.
Like I always tell people, the game is minuscule. The game is minuscule compared. It's like all the events and everything are what people care about, and then like. Oh yeah, there's a game. That's like literally what happens during the Super Bowl. Like it's almost like the Rose Bowl. Like I looked up something that like the people that are the Rose Bowl committee don't even care about the football game. They make more money off the parade.
I mean, that's
than they do.
With Rihanna being the halftime show too.
I don't watch the halftime show. I don't watch the haltime show.
You didn't watch the halftime show last year?
I did last year. Yeah, last year was good.
Last year was good. Incredible.
Well, it's actually good music. And I was like, all right, this is what I grew up with. Like, come on now. Right. Like, come on now. So, but it's been a interesting week. I think I love Alshon Jeffrey's interview from the 2017 one. Yeah. And he was just like,
that sums it up perfectly.
Right? He was just like, why? They're like, why are you so upset? He's like, I'm not upset. He goes, I just wish that we would have flown out on Saturday and got here on Saturday before the game like we normally do. And I don't care about all this. He's like, you don't care about Jay-Z or exactly. And he goes, those guys are cool and all, but I care less. I'm trying to play a football game.
He's got the coldest line in it though. He goes, he's a guy just like me. He bleeds, I bleed.
Yeah, that's true though. But how's your guys' week been other than the drowning of sports talk? I mean, the trade deadline breaks it up a little bit, but. How you guys been this week?
That's an understatement, bro. Today was like, who wants to be on a new team? Just put your
Who wants to go back to their old team?
Are we talking about that right now, or are we talking about that later?
We'll talk about that first.
Because that shit is hilarious that John Wall got sent back to the Rockets. I feel so
bad
for that dude.
He ain't playing anyway. He's not seeing the floor anyway. So
no, but the fact that he's talked so much shit leaving the Rockets.
They'll buy him out, and then he'll go sign somewhere else. But
I guarantee he doesn't even want his name tied to the Rockets.
100%.
Well, we'll get to that segment. That's one of our first segments, so we'll get to that here pretty soon. So, but we have to know what Mike is sipping on today.
Ow!
Because Jamie's got water. I got water. Pat's got water. Mikey, Mike, what you got?
Why is this my segment?
You're the only one that drinks.
It's a concoction.
My concoction. I actually don't have a really intricate concoction this week. It's just a simple bottle of Not Your Father's Root beer.
Boo!
To make up for the ones I didn't get in college.
Yes, I know.
Inside joke.
I got you.
That's how I
but the orange soda was awesome too. So
I know.
I give you shit for that. But
You got the Mountain Dew one?
I have.
Is that good?
Not terrible. Not terrible.
Okay.
I
Still
would
want to recommend
root beer. In a pinch, if you can't find the root beer or the orange soda, it'll get you by. But that's the one you really can't drink. Like, obviously they're all sweet, so they're all kind of dangerous because they don't taste like alcohol. But that's the one that you still can only have like one of them because it's so.
Okay. So it's like an Angry Orchard. I'm not a fan.
Right.
No.
Nah.
Which, yeah. If you don't want something super sweet, don't.
All right, super sweet, Pat. What do you got drinking then?
But I gotta show it again.
Yeah.
Blue Light sponsor me. Come on, man! It's the El Clasico, right, Jamie?
El Clasico. You're not busting out anything brewed in Philly.
Nah, man, because fucking beer's expensive now.
True.
I got fish and share my fridge.
That's true. Jay, you got your water?
Actually, I have my organic coconut water.
Oh, okay.
Kirkland's best.
Fancy water.
This is the real good stuff. This is from Thailand. One ingredient.
Man, that's from Costco. Who are you trying to fool?
It says Kirkland on it.
Just one ingredient. Read it and weep.
Yes. From the classic Thai town, Kirkland.
John, shall we Teletubby together at the same time?
Teletubby. Roll call.
And of course I got my.
Of course.
Thank you. Props to my grandfather for getting this, but it's a sparkling ice drink, but it's very good. Very good.
So
Not
nice.
Well,
thank you. It's pink. It's pink lemonade too.
Ooh,
we're bringing a whole new demographic into John's.
Funny part is, I actually almost. I was at Wegmans earlier today, grabbing something for tonight, and it was almost the Smirnoff pink lemonade.
Of course.
So that would have been very, very coincidental.
Very fitting for the.
Yeah, because then I could have just been like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's alcoholic. Yeah, sure. Well, I think I know at least one game that it will involve. But John, shall we throw it to the guys for another round?
Another round of the Payme Parlay.
We came very close last week.
Yeah,
very close.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Cinco Squad once again. If you guys are just joining us, Pat and I make our picks of the week. Last week, not that good. I think we were 2-4, maybe. I think
very close. Very close.
They're close. Still, the adage to go against us might work again this week, but I don't think so. Listen, I got the lock of the week. You know, I got to go over to the pond in England. Manchester City had a terrible week. Okay, they're not been playing well. They're at home against one of the worst teams, Aston Villa. My lock of the week is take Man City by take 1.5. They're going to win that game by at least 2 goals. If you can get it at 1.5, take it because Man City is going to slaughter Aston Villa. My boy Haaland hasn't had a hat trick in a long time. I'm calling out that they are going to win that game somewhere in the region of 4 or 5-1. It is going to be an onslaught. Put all your dimes, nickels, and pennies on Manchester City this weekend. Who you got as your number 1 pick this week, Pat?
All right. I'm very confident in this. This is my lock. Very confident.
-1.5. Let me get
No. I'm not touching it because that's bad voodoo for the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier against Butler.
Uh-oh.
There. -7. I'm feeling it.
At home or on the road?
On the road.
I'm feeling it. You know you and your big road bets, bro. You love your big road bets.
Last week, I did that Boise State thing.
Yeah.
And that was because I was reading a lot of comments. Everyone's saying Boise State, not good.
Yeah, and they lost by about 8. They lost by about 26.
Yeah. So I'm going Xavier. I'm picking the ranked team on the road in conference. It's -7. I believe it could be 10.
I'm staying in the college basketball arena for the surest bet so far this year. I hate them, but the Tennessee Volunteers are back at home. Haven't lost the game yet. They will beat Missouri, and they'll cover. So Tennessee to win that game outright. They ain't losing to Missouri at home.
That's my lock in college basketball. Another bounce back.
Yeah, what you got?
All right. Suns Pacers. Suns -1. You like that?
What? Who's playing?
Oh man, you know what? They played against the Celtics when I saw them.
Yeah.
And I thought the Celtics were just going to steamroll them.
Yeah.
They got offense out of guys who I did not expect them.
Who also got traded, Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. So it depends.
So -1 though, I could see him doing it. It's another road dog. I'm taking road dogs.
You love the road dogs this week. Well, I'm not going to go road dog. I'm going to go once again with the trends. The worst road team in the NBA this year is the San Antonio Spurs, who will be at Detroit in Motown. And I love Motown at 3.5. Give me Detroit all day long.
Spurs it's at 3 now. It's at 3 now.
Is that 3 now?
Yeah.
Oh, that means everybody's taking that 3.5 on the Spurs. Give me that 3, baby. I'm taking that 3 all day long. Give me Detroit to beat the Spurs at home and cover.
All right.
Last bet. Who you got?
My final one. Mm-hmm. Speaking of ponds, we're going frozen. Penguins, Ducks. Under 6.
Under. Man, the Penguins have been playing great defense. 2-1 the other night, overtime game.
No, I went over last time at 6.5. I'm going under because it's a coast-to-coast swing. That's an under 6.5.
West Coast. Going with the East Coast team. Let's bring it back to our boys here. Gentlemen, we need to know, what are we dropping this week?
By the way, this was a very hard week to pick besides that Tennessee.
This week got a lot of juicy games. I went with trends. I went with taking the best home team in college basketball, Tennessee Volunteers. I went against the worst road team in the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs. And I chose Manchester City, who is due a big win at home against Aston Villa. Pat went with Xavier on the road to cover. Pat also went with
who are they playing on the road?
The under with Pittsburgh and the Ducks, and then 6.5. And what was your other college basketball game?
Nope, the other one was the Suns and Pacers.
NBA.
-1, Suns to cover.
So Suns to win pretty much because if they win, they'll win by 1. So
Because I like that Xavier pick a lot. Because I've been watching a lot of Big East basketball because they come on out at FS1, and Xavier's been playing really good basketball lately. So
my gut says Pistons Spurs.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like the Spurs,
yeah, or at least that's.
Or you just don't like either team.
That's actually kind of what it is. But no, I think they're all like 6 good picks.
Yeah,
I go with Mike on that one.
That was like the one that seems most to be the most unlikely of any of them.
I tell you what we missed this week. The easiest money this week was Bama opened up at 9 against Florida, and I think they won that game by like 38 points. You could have taken them on the first half. You could have taken them in the second half. You could have taken them to cover 20 when it was out there. Bama was destined to destroy Florida. Too much offense for a team that has no shooting, and they looked ridiculously good. Ridiculously
back
good.
on top.
Also, interesting to point out that surprisingly, none of it is none of the 5 picks or 6 picks had to do with the biggest game of the weekend.
Nope.
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I don't want that voodoo.
I ain't putting voodoo on you either. So I ain't nope. So guys, that's the parlay of the week. Let's get paid. These guys dropped my Detroit Pistons to cover against the worst team at home in basketball on the road. So we're going with Tennessee. We're going with Tennessee to cover, Xavier to cover, the under in the Pittsburgh Anaheim game. We're going with
always,
Man City across the pond, and we're taking the Suns. Beat the Indiana Pacers. A lot of road teams.
A lot of road dogs.
Everyone that's listening, we tune into our socials for those picks as well. If Jamie went at lightning speed. To write those down.
We remember things. We posted on social media so you can check us out.
See you later.
So here's what we did.
You guys should see how you guys should see how I did this sentence. I'm like, you didn't understand me?
That's me. No.
Jay, come on now. I'm always honest about you. That's why you're loudmouth Jay when we first met each other.
Yeah, that's my name.
This man in the office would be like all the way on the other side of the office, and he'd be screaming. I hear every word, but he'd be going so fast. He'd be like, "All right, yeah, thanks for calling. Blah blah blah. You want to buy? Okay, bye. Guys. Have a good day. Bye." I'm like, Bro, like, take it easy.
You must have thought I was on coke the entire time. I don't even touch that shit.
All the clients on the other end of the phone are like, what did we just buy?
I think we bought a horse. I'm not sure. What's going on?
You just told me 3 tickets to Kentucky Derby.
That's me while they're talking, trying to fill out the graphic too. I'm like, wait, what did they say? What was okay, minus what?
No. But those
write that down, write that down.
Write that
down. Hurry up. But yeah, I mean, look at our socials for those picks, and you can also watch the show again at
please do
minute 15. So
yeah.
Do all 3. Why not?
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah.
But what a day. I mean, we're going to go back to the NBA trade deadline. What a freaking day. It just felt like Woj felt like remember Bruce, I sent it in a group chat. Remember Bruce Almighty when he was like doing the wishes and he's like doing that? I feel like that was Woj all day. Drinking coffee. Just
Can we
stop it?
Can we agree that the winner of the trade deadline is not who got the best player?
Who got the most second-round picks?
Yes, who got the most second-round
picks. But here's the thing, right? Name one other good second-round pick that you know other than Draymond Green.
Shaquille O'Neal. Not sure.
Nikola Jokic.
I don't know.
Jokic wasn't a second-round pick.
Jokic was a second-round pick.
I thought he was the last pick in the first round.
I think he was an early pick in the second round. Okay. I will research this.
Well, if he is, he's the best second round.
I will research this.
So there's like 2 good ones in the league. So that's why they dangle second round picks like it's.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
like a wet towel.
Plus
I've never seen.
Plus, they're in like I was talking to Mr. Cinco earlier. It was like in 2028, 2029. So they can make up for those picks later on down the road. Those are like, okay, we'll get those back eventually with some picks or whatnot, but. It was a crazy day. A lot of players went to former teams they used to play for. A lot of guys got moved that didn't think probably they would get moved.
Paul Millsap.
He got moved?
Yeah, he moved. He moved houses. No, I'm looking at the 10 best.
Okay.
Second round picks.
I'm like, okay.
I'm still on Jamie's thing.
Come on.
That was way more interesting what Jamie said.
Jokic was second round, 41st overall.
Dude,
what did Jamie say?
I said name any other player who's being good that went in the second round other than Draymond. And he said Jokic. He's like Jokic and Draymond are the best pedigree probably ever to come out of the second round.
Yeah, but I mean, it still picks that a lot of teams.
Marcus Gasol.
Like, when it comes down to, teams like the Lakers who need picks, like the Nets now that need picks.
Manu Ginobili came in the second round.
We're naming picks.
No, I'm still on that. God, you're moving way too fast, man. This is very impressive.
So there's one like every 10 years, right?
This is actually a very interesting list of second round picks. So if you stockpile second round picks, this is actually pretty interesting. If you could
listen up, I'll be honest. You know who I think probably made out the best hair, and nobody's gonna say this, is the Clippers the Grizzlies getting Luke Kennard adding a 3-point shooter to that defense and getting a guy who could defend the perimeter and hit 3-pointers at bay. I mean, Ja's gonna create so much opportunities for him. He's gonna have a ton of catch and shoot opportunities. That's what you need to win in the playoffs, because now you're going to go against a Dallas team that has 3 excellent 3-point shooters because you've added Kyrie to the mix. So they're going to be making it rain like the Suns were when they made their finals push. But I really think the Grizz come out of this very sneakily with probably the best piece that they've added. Of course, we'll say Kevin Durant, but 2 things we have to know about that Suns team. Devin Booker has been out with a groin injury twice. We know that Chris Paul jinx really exists in the playoffs. And Kevin Durant is still not 100%. That Achilles, he'll never be the same. He's having an amazing season, but he doesn't have that physicality the longevity to keep that physicality throughout the season. So what they might do with him is I think they might make sure that he's okay to go, shut him down until there's about 20, 15 games to go and do that 15-game push, try and win about 13 of those games, position themselves right there in the 4th or 3rd seed position and make a run. But I sneakily think the Grizzlies might have made the best addition other than KD, of course. Sneakily.
Is that a word?
The schnozberries. Tastes like schnozberries.
No, I mean, And I have to kind of say the Warriors, I think, made some secret good moves, some sneakily good moves.
That's their best defender.
I mean, they got Gary Payton Jr. back. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty big. And then if they get Steph back for the playoffs like they did last year, that could be a huge addition here for the bench, especially trying to ease back Steph after the knee injury. Everyone says that Dallas won that trade, the trade deadline, but all they added was Kyrie, right?
They got. They got somebody else.
They got Morris as well, Markieff Morris.
Yeah,
one of the twins, who hasn't really been that much of a factor.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, Kyrie going to there.
Just say all they got was Kyrie. He's an all-star. That's a big move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but is he gonna play? Is he gonna be upset about something else?
Nah, bro, he's playing. He's playing.
No, I mean, he's right, though. I mean, you still have to worry about that. When he says he's a $40 million, $50 million player, no, he's not.
It doesn't matter. He's playing
at his prime, maybe. But, when all the off the court, there's a long laundry list of
If they get to the finals, he would validate that.
I don't think so.
I would not pay him that money.
He'll prove it.
He's been to the finals, though, with the Cavs.
Right now. If he gets to the finals, right now, I'm saying.
The West just got so much better, though. It feels like everyone moved west in this trade deadline.
Yeah, the East right now is literally Boston or Philly.
What's the biggest news that I agree is that we don't know about Jaylen Brown. He took that mean elbow by Jason last night and has a fractured jaw right now, and who knows when the heck he's going to be back.
Right.
So that was, I mean, it was like not talked about because of the KD and Kyrie, but
it was pretty bad.
Maybe the door opened up.
He took a mean shot. And he knew immediately like something's not right. But
and he's playing great basketball too.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Have an MVP type season, like really.
Yeah, no one's even talking about him being in the running for that. He should have been a starter over Kyrie, especially now that Kyrie's in the West. You know they're not doing East-West shit. He should have been a starter.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with all you guys. And in my opinion, one of the winners of this trade deadline, not necessarily for this season, but for the long term, might actually be the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, they made a deal. They got Devontae Graham and some second-round picks. Stockpiling one of those teams that's stockpiling second-round picks. And in the Jakob Poeltl trade to Toronto, they got Keem Birch, who, he's a bench player. He's not much, but they got a protected first-round pick in 2024 and 2 more second-rounders. So they've got Devontae Graham, who is a solid guard that can help them now and into the future, as well as stockpiled a lot of picks, including a first-rounder. So I honestly thought that the Spurs made out pretty well this year.
What does Mr. Cinco think about the Lakers acquiring D'Angelo and Malik Beasley and Vanderbilt?
He really didn't understand it. I mean, here's the thing I made of it.
D'Angelo's a better option than Russ right now.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing is they're both you traded away key parts, and they're both going to be free agents at the end of the year. But here's the thing I made for him is that it gives you at least maybe 3-4 months to see if this works. And if it becomes a free agent, then you can let him go. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't have to sign him at the end of the year. This is a great test right now because the Lakers are in a position where they can make the playoffs, but then also go ahead and, see if this works. If they go on a 20-game winning streak, not like it's going to happen, but they go on like a 20-game winning streak.
15 or something.
No, I'm just saying, realistically, they go on a 20-game winning streak with this new roster that they have. Okay, maybe we got something now.
Right.
But if they go, what they've been going, it doesn't enhance the roster at all. Then ultimately you're not going to – I'm not saying they're going to go on a 20-game win streak. I'm just saying, giving an example, like if they go on a big win streak and they make the playoffs and let's say they make it to the next round, that could be a big thing for, okay, well, we got our solid core. Now let's go get some free.
But they did fill that biggest void, which was a shooting point. They filled that void, and that's the key piece that they were missing right now to make that playoff push. So I think that was the best option for them, other than getting Kyrie. That was the next best option that you could have made.
The one team that I kept saying that is pretty much really like, and you guys might laugh at it, but like the Nets actually have a really solid team of role players.
Team, yeah,
as role players.
That's what I'm saying. Like role players, they just need a couple, 2, 3. Ironically, if they had KD and Kyrie on this team, they would be a NBA contender.
They have that team is because they have to move.
And it's ironic, right? Like it's like, oh shit! Like if I had these guys, we would probably be in a better spot. But like we're not. But they just need a couple guys here coming into the Brooklyn, and they're a pretty solid squad.
I just love that Ben Simmons before the season said, "Oh my God, we got Kyrie and KD. I'm so excited."
Well, you got Bridges and Spencer in your backcourt, which is
Bridges got traded.
Bridges got traded again.
I thought so. Didn't he get regional?
Oh, okay. Saying the Nets have Bridges and Spencer in their backcourt, and Spencer already knows he's played in Brooklyn before.
I heard an interview where Spencer said one of his favorite times was with Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, he likes it there. And then you got Crowder, and then I know you guys are gonna hate this, but if somehow Mr. Ben Simmons can get his shit together, all he has to do is be a defender. So you have 4 solid defenders, and you bring in a big man like Vucevic, bro. That's a good team.
Crowder though.
Crowder went to the Bucks.
Crowder left in another deal.
Oh, he got traded to the Bucks.
Crowder was part of that deal initially.
He was part of that deal.
He was, but then they retraded him.
Which like great move for the Bucks.
But I think even without Crowder, I think you have a good point.
Agreed.
Yeah,
he was great on the Heat. I mean, he's a good role player off the bench.
That's really good for the Bucks. The Bucks
very good.
Damn, that's a big move for the Bucks.
Got a football team of a freaking.
I know. They still have Bobby Portis, right?
Bruisers, bro.
Oh my God! Imagine Bobby Portis and Jay Crowder in the same lineup.
You came in and
block.
Brook Lopez is on that
Bro, I saw Kawhi erase Kyrie at the end of that game last night. Like Kyrie drove and he throws a layup. I haven't seen Kawhi jump that high since the freaking NBA Finals in 2019. He erased the layup from Kyrie. But Kyrie still played a hell of a game, though.
I feel like anyone that goes to the Clippers gets lost in that in that zone.
I just feel bad for PG3. To me, it's like I wish PG3 was on.
You still play?
He should have gone to the Lakers a long time ago and won a ring with them.
Oh,
PG3.
Paul George.
Paul George. PG13. Sorry, PG13.
Yeah, I mean
CP3.
I don't know. I mean, the Lakers' problems. The problem with the Lakers in LeBron's method nowadays is that he could grab all these older veterans and pretty much sneak his way into the finals.
Yeah.
Now, every single team has a solid 3 to 4 players that can really – I mean, look at the Celtics last year. They had Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, 2 – I agree with Pat. Probably should be – those 2 be going head-for-head for MVP. And they had amazing talent around them. And it's just like, holy crap. Now, I mean, in the old LeBron teams, he was just steamrolling everybody. With older players.
The difference between the Celtics and a LeBron-built team is he's acquiring these guys. The Celtics built these guys.
Correct. They drafted
most of the starting roster are acquired through draft and building up.
Right. But I think you could honestly say once he went to Miami, every year after that, maybe not the Lakers team, he was on the best team in that conference. Miami was clearly the best team in the East, even though Boston was still getting them a run.
I don't know if it's clearly.
Well, they went to the finals 4 times in a row. And then Cleveland was clearly the best team in the East once he was on there because they kept going back to the finals, right? Like, it just kept happening. So let's look at the landscape of the West right now. Are the Lakers better than Denver?
No. They're not even better than Sacramento.
Hold on. That's are the Lakers better than
Sacramento's number 3.
They're not better than Memphis. Well, they're about to be number 4 or 5 because Phoenix is going to jump to 3.
But still, they're in the who would have thought Sacramento would be that high?
Me, because of my Kentucky boys. They're not better than Phoenix. They're not better than Dallas. They're not better than 5-16. Like, they're not going to get out the first round if they're
not even the best team in their own city.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the Clippers are at the 5 right now.
No.
So.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that they're the best team at all. My biggest point was that this trade was basically to see, okay, how is this going to fit with LeBron?
Yeah.
Right.
Because no one really knows, and Mr. Cinco brought this up to me. No one really knows, but LeBron had an ankle injury in that OKC game.
Yeah.
He had it early in the game, and he really rolled his ankle bad. And because he sent me the highlight, I was like, oh shit. So LeBron's going to be out.
Third time.
He's going to be out for a few years. We only have a few years left of this type of LeBron method. So they better do something aggressive in the offseason to help him, or in my opinion, I think LeBron should leave. You know,
he's got to do what's he's at this point in his career. He's got to go where's best for him. I did see,
and realistically, it's not going to make him any more money. I mean, he's making his own money everywhere else.
He's going to stay for his son.
He's a billionaire. Like,
can we just pay him his kudos and congratulate him though? Like we haven't said anything. Let's
definitely.
He lost the game.
No, we posted it on our social media account.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations to LeBron for all-time scoring leader, past Kareem. And you know that's good feat. That's cool. That's really cool. I mean, like it hasn't been done in what 38 years.
Exactly, but that's 38 years.
That's really awesome.
A 38-year-old, and he had to score in the 38,000 points to get there. Like that was really cool how it all came together.
Yeah, and he scored 38.
Yeah, he scored.
I'll tell you what my problem is with it though. Right now,
he scored 38. Yeah.
They lost the game.
He got it. He lost and celebrated.
I mean, they did that. They do that.
Stopping in the middle of the game.
They did that for Steph Curry when he broke the record.
He threw a party after.
But they did that for Curry.
It's bigger than one game. It's the culmination of his whole career.
Yes.
And ultimate and
the drive to win like Michael Jordan and Kobe. He does not have
but none of those guys had the
individual stats.
Jordan and 20, and Kobe could barely walk at 20.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yep.
That is a whole nother.
I mean,
that's my only problem with it.
They did it for Steph Curry, though.
I am on record being a LeBron hater. I got no problem with that.
But they did it for Steph Curry when he broke the record last year.
Okay.
But
I was just saying they stopped the game.
Why do they stop the game for these individual records? It's a team sport.
It is a team sport, but it's a huge feat. As in the NBA, it hasn't been broken in 38 years.
He's got longevity. Of course, he's going to break some records.
Also, they want the fans. They want the fans.
He did it in 19 years, though. So
Drew Brees did it the same thing. They had a guy drawing pictures of him when he threw the most touchdowns or whatever it was on the side.
Yeah, I get you. It's a team sport, and I get you. It's a team drive. I mean, but it still is a pretty incredible feat that he
we remember players more than teams. We don't talk about the 85 Bears the same way we talk about incredible players. We talk about
I hear about the 85 Bears a lot. We talk about the undefeated Dolphins every football season.
Yeah. We don't. Fuck the Dolphins. We don't.
See, fuck LeBron. There we go.
I don't know. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. You know, I didn't watch the game because I was totally exhausted, so I passed out. Yeah. But for basketball's sake, they probably would have hoped it would have happened tonight against the Bucks, because just like what you said, Jay, against the Kareem's teams, you know, those type of things. But it is it wasn't impressive. It's impressive to watch. It's impressive to watch him in his 20th year still play like he is at age 35. You know, and at age 25, and it's just impressive. It really is for him to be out there and almost averaging a triple double at his age.
30 points a game. You know what Kareem was averaging? 10 at this point in his career.
You know,
that's a big difference.
There's a lot of factors that go into that, and I agree with you, Pat. That I'll still put Michael ahead of him. Mm-hmm. Kobe is kind of tough. It's in there, but. It's hard because you want to hate. You almost have to hate two of the guys before you not hate one of them. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't like Kobe for the longest time. I've grown to respect Kobe, and maybe I'll grow to respect LeBron, which I do think it is Jordan, LeBron.
Yeah,
LeBron is a freaking specimen.
I did see someone say that and it's a point that I never really thought about, but I agree with is. You don't have to. You can think Jordan is the best without hating LeBron, and you can think LeBron is the best without hating Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hate LeBron because of his selfish antics.
Okay, and that's
like his temper tantrums on the court. Like, relax, dude.
And that's your opinion, and I respect that. But I'm saying just the point that you don't. It doesn't have to be in him or him. Thing as far as
he's
greatness.
Just very, very cringy. Like his quote this week of "I wish I can go to Starbucks and shop at Target like everyone else." Dude, you can think that. Don't say it to the general public. The general public does not want to hear it and would give anything to be in your shoes.
Yeah. So now we know you go to Starbucks and not Dunkin'.
No, he says I wish I could send someone to get Starbucks. Dude shops at Target. He's like a soccer mom.
I always took him as a Tim Hortons kind of guy.
A Canadian one. He flies to Canada, get his coffee.
Jimmy Ho. Hey, he's from Ohio. It could happen.
It's close enough.
But yes, congratulations to the King James, and we're definitely gonna get Pat a whole montage of LeBron James apparel for his infatuation and love for LeBron.
It's ironic because I do have a LeBron James Heat cutoff shirt.
If I visit again, I'm gonna have like a small fat head sticker of LeBron that I'm just gonna hide in the house.
You better come when I'm having a bonfire then, because that's hotter.
That's if you find it. I'm saying I'm gonna hide it in the house after you.
Well, talking about the Heat and the heat of the Super Bowl.
Like it.
Master segue.
This topic came up. I think Mike brought it up, and I thought it was pretty interesting because of what we were talking about before is about how at the Super Bowl, they're doing all these interviews and everything, and doing Radio Row is a huge aspect of Super Bowl week for a lot of podcasts, and everything like that, radio shows, newspapers, what have you.
Let's say
we're wondering, and anyone that's listening, if you were at the Super Bowl, who's the one person you dive to interview and why? Jamie, I want you to go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
So you guys are never gonna guess who I'm gonna pick.
I don't want to guess.
I'm gonna pick Chad Henne.
Okay.
And here's why I'm gonna interview Chad Henne. The question I would ask Chad Henne is, tell us why you helped Patrick Mahomes become the best quarterback in football. What did you do to help Patrick Mahomes become the best quarterback in football? And sit back and let him take it away and let him be, sarcastic about it. And I think you'd probably give a great answer and stand up there and say, hey, this guy makes me have the easiest job in the whole universe because not even a broken ankle can keep this guy off the field.
Facts.
Take it away, Chad.
Facts.
Who do you want next?
Who would you? Of course, I know which team you're going to, but which one of your players would you interview?
You want a good interview. And it's kind of in the same field as you, Jamie. Gardner Minshew.
There we go.
I had a feeling you might pick him.
The Mississippi Mudflap.
Going with the backups.
Yeah, man. Come on, you want to know, like, everyone wants to be a fly on the wall in these quarterback rooms, any of these meetings going on. Why not ask the backup? Yeah. And Gardner Minshew will give you one hell of an interview. I believe that for a fact.
But we need him in Tampa, bro. He looks like a Florida boy with his whole mullet and shit.
Yes. He was supreme Jacksonville quarterback. Yep. I wish he never left there. I'm happy to have him on the Eagles, but he was prime Jacksonville Jaguar right there. Yeah, Mississippi Mudflap. That's what I'm interviewing.
Mississippi Mudflap.
Mike, you next.
Me next? Okay. I'm gonna actually choose an Eagle. Surprise, surprise.
There you go.
I'll go with Boston Scott, and I want to ask him, why does he have it out for the New York Giants? No.
That's a great question, though.
It is a great question.
He has had his best games against you. You guys multiple.
That's why I'm saying he scored. Okay, Boston Scott. For those of you out there that don't know, Boston Scott in his career has scored 18 rushing touchdowns. 11 of them are against the Giants. They said we were in for his second one in the last game they played.
David and Goliath stories, man.
Seriously, but no, I would want to talk to Boston Scott. But my actual question would be, I'd probably ask him that one. But my question would be, how do you sort of settle into your role amongst like a three-headed monster running back tandem? How is it to find your role? And was it, was it an easy process, or did you all kind of have to talk it out or see how you all played on the field?
Play centipede and the person who ended up in the front.
Human centipede.
Behind the scenes of the NFL. That's in the script. Anyway, but yeah, But I would want to ask him about kind of what's it like to be in that kind of a tandem, because you don't always see teams running their running backs like that. John?
Whoever special.
So I didn't know we were actually going to do the players. I thought just meant anybody at the Super Bowl. It could have been ex-players, anybody, because you can be anybody. But obviously the one person I would love to interview is Donovan, of course. Yeah. But on the current Eagles roster, the one person I would like to interview is Jordan Mailata. Reason being is he's always very vocal with the interviews, and he's just I'd love to learn how long it took him to switch from rugby to, because he was a professional rugby player, came over in the draft, and then became
never played football.
Never played football before. Correct. So I would like to just know how the transition's been, and then what made him want to, right? Obviously the money aspect, right? But why? What made you think out of all of a sudden, I'm gonna go play football? I mean, it's just he's just a good guy. Like, you can just tell he's got a good big heart. He said something really nice about Jason Kelce this week, and this could be his potential last game. So that's one guy. I mean, I guess what former players would you guys want to interview ever? I already said mine, Donovan, but
Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Lions would never make the Super Bowl, but Barry Sanders. I would ask him why. Why, or do you think you could still do it? I think you could still do it.
Oh, 100%. Prime time.
You want to interview Prime Time?
Yeah, bro. He'd be such a good interview.
He does do good interviews, and he loves the camera. So,
yep.
Mike? Honestly,
Eli.
No. You think so? It's not even a giant. I'd want to interview Bo Jackson.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good one.
The guy who doesn't watch any sports.
Right. But just to try to get into even part of his mindset, both while he was playing football and baseball at the same time, and then I'd want to get into how he dealt with hip problems and what did he think he could have done, and what was his goals, and what was that whole thing like from a mental perspective? Because we hear a lot about the physical perspective of guys getting hurt and dealing with those kinds of injuries, but not necessarily how they dealt with it mentally and what the whole process was. So I'd be interested to hear his side of that.
Pat, please say T.O. Please say T.O.
You just said Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. Yeah, you just say Sanders already.
I don't want to talk ever again.
Well, Bo Jackson would be interesting because he almost seemed like he was just good at sports, but he didn't like sports.
Right.
Bro, he was great. He wasn't good. He was great.
Okay. Sorry. I had the wrong verb.
How dare you?
Damn it, Jamie. Every time I say something, he's great. The Georgia team's great.
No, come on.
God.
You're going to talk down Bo Jackson to good?
No, I'm not talking him down. I'm just saying.
You used a very average description for it.
He was decent.
Fudge out of here, bro.
I wasn't saying that. Okay, Jay. Whatever.
Go ahead. You can talk about the good Bo Jackson.
No, I was just going to say, it'd just be interesting to hear why he didn't, what made him, not love sports. And that's being such a great player.
You
guys,
my ears are sensitive.
Yeah, all right. But since he's been such a great player, I mean, why wasn't there an interest? If there was an interest, is that reason why were you not almost happy you dislocated your hip, but were you kind of okay, now I'm done? Thank God.
Was he happy?
Not happy that he got hurt, obviously, but was he he
was able to come to peace with the fact that his career ended when it did.
Yeah, he was okay, I'm good. Thank God, now I have a reason not to come back.
Have you guys seen the Ravens 20-year reunion talking about them winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was sad. I just saw it on Sunday.
With Goose, that was pretty sad. It was awesome. But it was sad knowing that
Goose it was a month before. It was a month before Tony. Yeah,
but it's amazing that sometimes it's such divine timing that they had to have it happen at that point. Because not having him there would have made it almost stale. He was such a big personality.
That obviously overtakes anything they're talking about.
Yeah.
For good reason. For absolutely good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was cool.
Goose would have been a good one to interview too. He'd have been great.
Yeah, because he's just very blunt and honest. Yeah. And that's how I watched it on Sunday. It was It was really good. It was really well. I like the 2000 Ravens.
No, I mean, what platform?
ESPN Plus, right?
Yeah. I think doesn't Netflix do something with 30 for 30 now? Like they have like the 30 for 30.
I think they have the old ones, not the new ones yet.
Oh, okay.
I think they'll get it eventually, but it'll be a little while.
Pat, do you have ESPN Plus?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah, it's on there.
It's on there.
ESPN Plus.
Yeah, you'll be able to watch it there. It's really good. I mean, I thought it was really interesting to hear the different perspectives.
Actually, I have ESPN multiplication. Is that the same thing?
No, division. You need division.
No, he needs parentheses. It's the beginning of PEMDAS.
Oh, God damn it. That's additional cost.
You have to you have to get the full package, ESPN PEMDAS. Math joke.
$34.90. It's $34.99.
Brackets over multiplication division.
It's $34.99 a month.
Actually, it's pi divided by 4.
Yeah, I guess I'll check it out.
They go on forever.
Pi times 10.
But so for the Super Bowl, obviously Pat and I have our birds.
Go Birds.
So Jamie and Mike, who you guys got after watching that?
And why is it the Eagles?
Bro,
Jay, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, so this one kind of hurts me because I really want to ride with you guys. But the same guy that's picked the wrong team for 16 years in a row picked the Eagles. And this guy's more jinxed than you and I when it comes to making picks. So because he chose the Eagles and he's got it wrong for 16 years in a row, I thought to myself, like, I mean, this guy should be wrong.
Doesn't that mean he's due?
Life. He's going to be wrong. No, but that's
a better talk right there.
No,
that means he's due.
I feel like it's going to be the LeBron Jordan argument working against Mahomes if he's 1 for 2 after his first 3 Super Bowls, as opposed to Brady being 3-0. He's going to have that cloud hanging over him for a long time because he's going to have to win 3 in a row. And even if he does that, he'll be 4-2. And Brady, I think, was 4-2 when he lost the second one to the Giants. Or 5? Was it 4-2? Because that was
come on, Mike.
But he's going to have to. He's gonna have to win 3 in a row to kind of get there, and it's really hard to do that. It's really hard to go to 3 Super Bowls in a row and win later on as these other quarterbacks are developing, like Burrow and Allen and Hurts, and even we don't know where Jackson's going to end up. Who knows? Herbert. So I think this is a must-win for his legacy and the way he plays the game and wills his team to win. I think if he has the ball in his hands to end the game, it ends in favor.
Is it a must-win or can't lose for Patrick Mahomes?
That's a great point. A must-win for his legacy. I can't lose so that dark cloud doesn't hang over him for years to come.
All right. Michael? Go ahead.
He's going to say
it. Eagles 34-31.
Woo-wee! What a great
high score.
No, I do think
John is shocked up there.
A lot of points.
I do think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a pretty close game as far as like the offenses are going to they're going to go back and forth. But I think there's going to be late scoring. I want to say it's going to be like a high scoring fourth quarter.
Going to be like 2017 going into the fourth and then score like 2 touchdowns.
Like last possession wins.
Yeah.
Type of
I definitely feel that with those two teams. Whoever's got the ball last, and I see a surprising last minute drive somehow. Just
by somebody, by one of the
goal to go ahead or something. Yeah.
Now, to reference your Giants, your head coach is the one who shut down that perfect New England Patriots team, wasn't he? He was on that staff, right, at the time.
Which one?
The second, no, not the first one. The second Giants, the second one Eli won against Brady, wasn't he on the defensive staff at the time with the Giants?
Oh, Steve Spagnuolo?
Yeah,
he was the defensive coordinator for both of them.
For both of them.
Yeah.
So being a Brady killer, maybe he is a Mahomes killer too. I mean, he has it already in his repertoire.
No, he's on the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's on Chiefs.
Huh?
Spagnuolo is the D coordinator for the Chiefs.
But I like what you said there. He is a Mahomes killer. Let's go.
Yes, he will kill Mahomes. Oh,
I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was on the other side of the ball. No, I thought wasn't your head coach part of that staff or no?
Sirianni's
head coach.
Sirianni, no. Sirianni was on that staff.
He got fired as soon as Reed got there.
No, he meant the Giants.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
you said Sirianni.
I thought Sirianni for some reason was with the Giants.
I think I'm about the Chiefs.
Colts and Chiefs.
Yeah.
No, we had. I feel like we did have somebody that's not on the current staff.
Yeah,
might have been on Peterson's staff.
Okay. Either way, like you said, it's going to be a great game.
Who'd you pick, Mike? Sorry, my internet's trash.
I wondered why you didn't read. Oh, I went Eagles 34-31.
You look very shocked in your frozen photo.
High scoring fourth quarter. Last team with the ball wins.
So I'm on Lonely Island. You're 34-31. I'm going a little bit lower than that. I'm going 30-27 Chiefs. Okay. What do you guys have?
No, you have
27-23 Eagles.
37-23?
27-23.
Okay.
41-30.
Woo!
40 Black, huh?
Been averaging almost 38 points a game in the playoffs, so.
Yeah, I guess.
Last Super Bowl was Pat. What was it? Can you read that for me? 41-33 Patriots.
That fourth
I mean,
not Patriots in that Super Bowl
against the Patriots.
Over the Patriots.
That was Patriots, so ridiculous. Right? I forgot the Pats actually took a lead in the fourth.
Well, here's the thing with that is that this Chiefs team reminds me a lot of that Patriots team. You know, good offense, but the defense was kind of coming in. Okay, some receivers were hurt on the Patriots, but it was kind of like the same type of game. I mean, our defense is just flying at all cylinders, and they're attacking. And regardless of what any 49er fan wants to tell me, you could have put I don't care who in the pocket. We were destroying that offensive line, and you know
we got the trenches now.
And that's what Gronk said. Gronk said, I'm picking the Eagles because on both sides of the trenches, you win the trenches, you win the football game. Yep. And I agree with Gronk. So let's go to Gronk Beach.
You know what? You know what's going to happen here, too. I pinpointed a lot of similarities between 2017 championship Eagles and this year's Eagles. Let's get Pat Mahomes an MVP, too. Let's play the MVP quarterback and beat him. A lot of similarities.
Yeah, because Carson should have, probably got that award in 2017.
Yep.
Realistically,
but yep, and also realistically,
Tom Brady did
get it. Brady won. Okay.
Brady won the MVP.
Brady got it.
So it'll definitely be a good game. I do respect the Chiefs a lot. Obviously, a lot of love for Andy Reid. He was
love Andy Reid.
I was so mad when we let him go, but. It was time, but a lot of respect for both sides. I mean, it'll be a great game, and hopefully, the Bird Gang comes out on top. And
so, will you guys be happy for Andy?
No.
He's
already got one. He already got one.
That was quick.
You got two, right? I just one.
He's one. He's been to two. He's been to two.
If Andy Reid,
he's been to three. He's been to three.
Yeah, he's been to three. Lost to Tampa.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Tampa. Tampa.
If Andy Reid beats the Eagles,
he lost to Tampa, and then he lost to the Pats with you guys. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So, Andy Reid. If Andy Reid beats the Eagles, it'll stop the trend of me loving Andy Reid. That's where it will end.
But he's the walrus.
I will put him on the level of LeBron James hate.
Oh God, that's a high level.
What was the name of the hot dog? What was the name of that hot dog you eat when you go to Q's game?
Dome dog.
Yeah, you gotta invite him to. You gotta invite him up to Q's. Say, come to us. Let's go to Q's game and have a dome dog. It gets you over that bitterness of losing.
Andy Reid's
so
known fan of a hot dog. So.
Oh yeah.
I loved it. And I loved it this. Exactly when they got him the burger for what was it for Christmas?
Yeah.
Here's a joy.
I'd be so happy too.
Simple pleasures. Simple pleasures.
Here's a question I have for you guys. Do you think, we were talking about this in the beginning of the show. Do you feel that I don't know, do you think it's a little overrated, the 2 weeks between the game?
Mm-hmm.
Like
how?
Like all the media shit, all the stuff. I mean, I know like I've been talking about us trying to get there next year, but it's just I don't know. Maybe
we'll do it right. We'll do it right.
We'll be the host of Gronk Beach, but it's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
But do you just think it's like like all like overplayed in the sense of like, can't we just play the game, instead of everything else on the side? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the NFL's Super Bowl is like the only championship that's like this, like where you have like the game is not normal. It's a half-hour intro, and then it's a 45-minute halftime, and then it's you know what I mean. It's like
it's 9 commercials, and then
I know it's a money, but do you like it?
It's not just the money, right? Because they're going global, so you have to make the one game that people would actually take time to view for some point attractive enough as a non-football fan.
Gotcha.
So even if they tune in right before halftime, they're seeing a little bit of the game, and if they have a big play, that might spark their interest and they keep the viewership, right? Mm-hmm. So it's they hype the game enough to catch anybody's attention about it. Because listen, my brother's not a big football fan, but he's like, hey, where are you watching the Super Bowl this week? And he's over in England. You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't matter where you are. Like, people are asking that question regardless. Hey, where are you watching the Super Bowl? The more people that can ask that in different countries is a winning recipe for NFL in itself. And to me, if you're trying to be and proclaim yourself as the world championship game of all championship games, then you have to hype it up and be a cut above the rest by a lot. So that's their MO, and they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, it's an American thing, man.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I think it is different from the perspective of us who are football fans versus, like Jay said, non-football fans, where it's like, we're going to watch the game. Mm-hmm. Like, we're going to watch the game because it's the championship game of the NFL. Mm-hmm. Like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but honestly, the four of us, if you took all of like the 2 weeks of hype, all of the commercials, all of the sponsors, the halftime show out, we'd still watch the game. Because we want to see the championship game for football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I barely watch the halftime show as it is when they come on. I mean, last year was a one-off, but like I barely watch it. I go and like get something to eat. I use the bathroom. Unless it's like a boring ass Super Bowl, like a boring ass game like the Patriots and Rams one.
Ooh, that was a bad one.
Seahawks,
that was horrible.
And that 3-0 at halftime. That was a bad one.
That was 3-0. Yep.
3-0.
That's probably the most disappointing thing is if you have the anticipation of a big game. You go in 2 weeks and it's a terrible Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hated Seahawks Broncos.
Oh, that was terrible.
Oh, because the get-go, yeah.
Booty.
As a Bucs
fan, I love being up by about 80 points on Oakland at the time when we beat them in 2002. That was awesome.
I mean, and that's the biggest thing, right? Like Pat said, like you wait all week, you wait to 2 weeks, you get all the media coverage, you hear all the teams talk, you hear all the the interviews and everything like that. The quarterbacks meet together, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden you get to the game and the ball goes 40 feet over the quarterback's head, and the game is over.
Oh, yeah. Like, you knew from that opening snap, you're like, oh no,
game over. Game over, man.
I remember I was in college. It was before John got to Bonos, but we were in college. We shut it off at halftime, turned on the Xbox, and started playing NHL.
I watched that entire game because I had nothing else to do. The entire Seahawks Broncos.
The Seahawks Broncos.
I watched the entire one.
God bless you.
I watched it waiting for it to get better.
The Carolina one was pretty brutal as well. That Carolina one was brutal.
Yeah.
You kept waiting for Cam to kind of like, all right, he's going to do it.
Jump on the fumble.
All right, he's going to – yeah, right, exactly. Like, you thought, like, okay, in each of the Broncos and the Panthers one, you kept thinking, like, okay, now Peyton's going to lead him back. But in my head, I'm thinking, wait, Peyton has never kind of led a team, has he? Like so
right.
from a big deficit. So this, I mean, I don't know. It's I just hope it's a good game, but I don't. I hope it's a blowout like the rest of our playoff games.
No,
I'll be okay with it.
Happier with that. It calm my nerves, man.
It is different if it's your team.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Like Jay said, in 2002, He was happy at the blowout because it was the Bucks.
It's guaranteed. You know what's happening.
Got to chill, relax.
Party, man.
Right. And you by halftime, you're the Super Bowl champions.
Shit, 2017 was a wreck for me. I was sitting. I went to brunch with.
Great game though. Wow.
It was a great game, but I went to brunch with Jay, and he's like, "You want to come chill with me?" I'm like, "Nah, bro. I'm at the house. I made Philly cheesesteaks, not authentic, of course, but I made Philly cheesesteaks. I sat on my floor right in front of my TV like a little kid, and I just watched the whole game by myself. And then after the game, I remember my parents gave me a champagne bottle for moving in, and I was like, okay, grab the champagne bottle. I FaceTime Trey, and I was like drinking it. I was like, woo!
You think you FaceTime me too?
Yeah, I FaceTime anybody. I tried to call Pat. I think I did call Pat.
I was partying, man.
Bro, and then we went into the office the next day, and I had to deal with him and what's the dude's name? That was a Phillies fan as well. The other manager,
D.
Yeah, D and the other guy,
Sean Johnson.
3 of them in the office, just surrounding. Just everybody's like, "What? Your team sucks, bro." Eagles.
Yeah.
Grease the poles, man. Grease the poles.
07-08 was worse than 10-11.
Can't stop him. 07?
Yeah. 07-08 was worse than 10-11.
Because you already got one.
Well, that and I felt a lot more comfortable with the ability of the 10-11 team. Again, right, because I saw them win one already.
You were like, okay.
Other than some minor changes to the rosters, it was roughly the same team.
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I know I now know that this team can win this game.
Yeah.
07-08. Well, this is it. Every game in 07-08 playoffs was, this is it. It was a good run.
Yeah, it's stressful when your team's in it. I'll tell you that for a fact. I had like during the 2007. I didn't watch. Did the same thing I'm doing now. I haven't watched any media coverage. I haven't done anything. I just stay away from it. Like this is the most I've talked about it. And I didn't even want to give my pick tonight. Realistically, I mean, obviously I wanted the Birds to win, but I wasn't gonna do a score or anything. But like, I don't know why, but I just didn't want to like just wait for the game. Just like. Is it over?
I will say, backtrack to the NFC Championship game, the Eagles are in the Niners' heads. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the statements from Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey. The latest one is Robbie Gould saying that if you make Jalen Hurts play quarterback, it's pretty easy to play defense against them. The kicker is making comments about the defense playing against Jalen Hurts, who could potentially be the MVP.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out in a little bit.
Living in their heads, man.
Don't forget, he was the kicker in Chicago, so he saw a lot of bad quarterbacks.
Very true. Very true.
Against the Eagles too. Remember the double doink.
That was Cody Parkey.
Rex
was
Grossman.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Rex Grossman.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't like. I jumped to conclusions with CMC a little bit. He was just asked a question. He just said we were kind of hindered, which they were. I will agree with that. They were hindered.
No, fuck that, dude. He said we were cheated out of it. No, you lost.
Was that him or Ayuk? I thought said that.
No, CMC said that.
I mean, both of them might have said it.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter Manning, who'd you beat in your first Super Bowl? Rex Grossman.
Bears. Bears.
Rex Grossman.
Let's face it.
That's the funny part about the whole. That's the whole funny thing about the 2000 Ravens is like they had to switch. They had to switch quarterbacks halfway through the year. It was I forget the guy's name. The first one.
Banks.
Banks.
Yeah, Tony Banks or something.
Anthony Banks.
And then they brought in Trent Dilfer. I was like,
yeah. Trent was a tough guy, man.
Yes, he
Trent
was.
Dilfer, Super Bowl champion. Brad
Trent
Johnson.
And then they threw him away for Elvis Grbac, who just retired the year after, but had a really good year with them. Like he was a bit of an upgrade at the position, but they didn't win.
What do you think, Riley?
No, it's Zaz today.
Zaz?
Jay, who did
He's a good boy.
I have a new toy, so he's been squeaking all.
Who'd Brad Johnson replace in 2002?
Who'd Brad Johnson replace?
Yeah, didn't he replace somebody?
Sean King.
Oh God, Sean King.
It was Sean King. Holy shit.
Brad Johnson, Super Bowl champion.
But you know what's crazy? Sean King was the year before when the Rams went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We played them the toughest. That was the greatest show on turf. They beat us 12-6 in the NFC Championship game.
Wow.
That's how good our defense was that year.
Wow.
That does not sound like a fun game.
Not at all. It was only fun because we had the ball and a chance to win, and I'm like, and he was like, we're not winning this game. It's just fun to think we can. Like Sean King's not going to lead us down the field.
Warren Sapp, Barber, Rondé Barber.
Sean King is many things.
John Lynch.
Did Rondé get into the Hall of Fame?
I think he did.
He did. Rondé
Barber.
They haven't announced it yet.
Oh, I thought they did.
The finalists come on Super Bowl.
He should get in.
Okay.
So, I think it's time for it, fellas. Our annual
bedtime.
Yeah, bedtime.
He said annual. Bro, this ain't an annual thing. It's a weekly thing, baby. Super Bowl edition.
Mine doesn't make noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the best segment of the show. If you made it this far, thank you for being here for us. It's time for Stump the Squad, where we pretend that we know everything in sports, because we do, but we don't. So now we get to stump each other. Each question is worth 2 points. The person with the most points at the end of this segment gets to have the round of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let John take it away this week. John, please keep it in this century. What do you got for us?
So I saw this on Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty good question, actually. I didn't know this at all, but there's been multiple NCAA through football, hockey, and baseball or basketball. I'm sorry. This team has won all three for baseball or basketball, football, and hockey. This team has won all three since 1950. Which team is it?
The only school?
It's the only school that's won this.
Okay.
Is it Michigan State?
Wait. Say the sports again.
So it's football. Out of the three sports, football, hockey, and basketball. This team has won all three. The only one to win all three since 1950. Is it Michigan State, Florida, Georgia, or Michigan?
All right.
Michigan State, Florida, Georgia, or Michigan? Michigan. I'm going to go D, Michigan.
Since 1950?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm crossing my fingers that they won. I know they won hockey once, so yeah. I'm going to go Michigan.
Michigan State, Florida, Georgia, or Michigan?
I'll go Michigan State. I don't feel good about it.
Okay. It's one of the two of them.
Because, one of the two Michigans.
Because Florida doesn't have a hockey team.
Georgia ain't playing no
just ripped one.
Michigan State might. I just don't know about football.
That's what I'm on the fence about, Jay, is if Michigan State won since 1950.
No.
Okay, so Florida doesn't have a hockey team.
Yes, they do.
Okay, it's probably fairly new compared to the other two.
Is it a hockey club? That changes things.
Both Georgia and Florida have a hockey team. So,
well, I knew Georgia did. I didn't know Florida did. But either way, I know they haven't won the national championship.
Do you?
Yes, I do. Don't.
Answer the question, gentlemen.
I'm the one that knows it.
Gentleman.
Come on, Mike.
Gentleman. Sounds is pissed, Mike.
I know. That's because I'm in the general vicinity. You'd think it's Michigan, so I'm going to go Michigan State.
Pat, who'd you say?
He said Michigan State.
So
John
I have finally stumped Jamie. It is Michigan State. They have won hockey, football, and basketball. Yes, Mike, you're right. Florida and Georgia.
They're fairly new, aren't they?
They haven't won. They haven't won basketball.
Yes, they did. They won in '89.
Basketball?
Yes, Michigan won in '89. Everybody gets points on that.
Bring up the Facebook post. I need
Michigan
evidence.
They won in '89 with Glenn Rice and what's his name? I'm telling you, they won. Hey Google, did Michigan win a college basketball title in '89? Let's see. Let's move on. Who's next?
I mean, it's that's the answer. I mean, it's Michigan State.
I'm telling you they won.
Okay, Jamie.
Okay.
Oh, it's me.
Very contentious. Stump the squad this week.
Michigan has won 1 NCAA championship as well as 2 national invitational championships. When did Michigan win? 1989. Don't doubt your boy. Give me my 2 points.
No, you get 0 for arguing. -2.
You better give me my 2 points.
We're going to avoid that.
Okay.
The question's bugaboo.
Once again, the question comes courtesy of Uncle Mike.
Thanks, Uncle Mike.
Thanks, Uncle Mike. Which quarterback has the most career rushing yards in the Super Bowl?
Yes. I know.
Is it A, Thomas Brady?
Yes, it is.
B, Jonathan Elway?
Elway Le Jonathan.
C, Joseph Montana?
Joseph.
Joe Montana?
Joseph Montana.
Or D, Roger Staubach?
I know the answer, so I'm going last.
Okay.
For the sake of multiple choices being taken.
Elway.
Okay, so John and Pat say Elway, Jamie.
The answer is Jonathan Montana, because I heard this on the Dan Patrick show, so it's Montana.
Oh, Uncle Mike is ruining this.
I have successfully stumped Pat and John. It is Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
I wish I had time to watch TV.
With 105.
You don't need to watch. I listen to radio on my way to work.
I wish I thought about listening to the radio on the way to work.
Loser.
Montana
John, have 4 points.
Montana has 105. Elway has 86. Staubach has 83.
Brady
and despite his 10 Super Bowl appearances, Tom Brady has 28 yards.
So.
Which was all against Atlanta, right?
I think so.
Wow.
He's also taken a lot of knees.
28 rushing yards.
No, that is absolutely true.
Also
28 rushing yards against Atlanta. That's a good number there, Jamie.
It was all one run.
Oh, can I rephrase my question because I mistaken? It was the only school to have multiple NCAA championships, so I'm mistaken. I'll give you the points because the way I worded it, but I said multiple.
You meant multiple.
I meant multiple because I wrote it down. Multiple NCAA titles since 1950.
Oh, yeah.
So
you said in each sport. That's kind of what we thought. I had one.
But it is multiple.
He meant multiple in each sport.
Oh, in each sport. Okay.
Yeah, like Michigan State has, I think, 2 NCAA.
All right, well, you could give me my negative then. I'll take it.
That's you.
I got it wrong.
That's you.
I got it wrong.
No, that's the way I worded it. Go for it, Pat.
All right, Zaz might jump on me when I ask this, but
okay.
All right. Out of these 4 players, who has the least amount of passing touchdowns? Okay. Out of these 4 players.
In their career or this season?
Current. And there's 1 current, 3 Hall of Famers. Okay.
Okay.
A, Mahomes. B, Troy Aikman. C, Jim Kelly. D, Joe Namath. Which one of these 4 have the least amount of total passing touchdowns?
The least amount.
Say it again. Namath,
Aikman. Kelly, Aikman, Mahomes.
Who?
In their career.
Yes, because 3 of them
are. Well, no, I mean I didn't know if it was like a single
career
season thing.
Career total. Career total.
Namath.
I was gonna go Aikman.
Aikman.
2 for Aikman, 1 for Namath.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Kelly.
Fellas, I successfully stumped Mr. Mike. It is Troy Boy. He sucks.
Because he freaking gave the ball to Emmett every time they were near the goal line.
That's true.
And actually, Mahomes on this list is already second behind Jim Kelly.
Behind Jim Kelly, yeah.
Yep. All right, Jamie, what you got?
I have so many good questions for the week, but since it's our Super Bowl theme week, we're going to stay right there.
Well, you should ask how many multiple championships.
How many multiple times did this multiple team get to multiple Super Bowls? Okay. How many Super Bowl
Fuck you.
games have been
assholes, motherfuckers?
How many Super Bowl games have been decided by 1 point in Super Bowl history? How many games have been decided by one point? Yep. Is it 3, 4, 1, or 5? Is it 3, 4, 1, or 5?
3.
4.
1.
Gentlemen, I have successfully stumped Jon and Pat. The only Super Bowl to be decided by 1 point was when the Giants missed a field goal with 8 seconds.
Oh, yeah, Scott Norwood!
Scott Norwood.
So we have a tie right now.
Scott! I knew Scott Norwood would serve me well someday.
Yep, Scott Norwood missed, and the poor Bills went on a.
So we have a tie.
Best Giants kicker ever.
We got a tie.
We have a tie with Jamie and Mike because Jamie, I gave you the points because I read the question wrong. So you got the points.
Protest.
You got.
I got the question.
I should win.
You got it. I got one too.
Okay.
Okay. That's
you got it. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Out of the touchdowns that Troy Aikman threw, how many touchdowns did he throw in his career? Closest one gets it.
Okay. Damn it. If they had only said this in the video I watched earlier, I watched the collapse of the Cowboys dynasty.
Oh, that's a good I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Starts and ends with Jerry Jones.
No, it legit does.
Yeah.
They go from when he bought the team and like getting rid of Jimmy Johnson and hiring Barry Switzer and
198.
Wow, that's actually really close to the number I had in my head. 100. I'll just go with it. 194.
I was about to say you can't go for the same number.
All right. Cool. That helped me out. Mike, you win.
Fuck.
Well, it was 165.
What? Really? That seems ridiculously low for 10
even
years.
for giving Emmett
for a Hall of Famer. Am I right?
For 10 years, that seems ridiculously low.
Mike is week 45 champion.
I found out on Facebook. I found out.
Damn you, Mike. That's such a good one.
The number picks to 19.
And the Mike's rant of the week.
Mike's rant of the week. I was hoping I got one because for once, I actually have a rant. And it's about
once.
For once, you've won like 40 times.
No. I mean the topic. I have the topic.
Oh, you have an actual rant.
I have an actual rant in my head that I want to talk about. And it's actually about a sport that we don't talk about that often.
Soccer?
No, hockey.
Underwater polo?
And that is lost within today's NBA trade deadline was a big trade in the NHL, which was my New York Rangers picking up Vladimir Tarasenko from the St. Louis Blues.
Huge fucking signing.
Huge pickup.
Yep.
The Rangers this year have been missing a really top right winger. They had a bunch of left wingers and centers that were like locked into positions in the lineup, but they've been missing that really number one right winger. And Tarasenko is that. He's been, at one point earlier in his career, he was being compared shooting wise and goal scoring opportunity wise to Ovechkin, which was at the time even not a light comparison. I don't think he's obviously not that good of a scorer, but he's an elite scorer. He's having a down year, and by a down year, I mean he's got 29 points in 38 games, which for most players is a fantastic year.
Yeah.
And he's within the top 30, or he's entering the top 30 of scoring opportunities per game. Playing on a struggling St. Louis Blues team, he's moving to a Rangers team that is considered and on paper is a better team for him, and most likely will be lining with one of his best friends, Artemi Panarin, with the Rangers. So as a Rangers fan, I'm very excited to see how Tarasenko can change the dynamic of this team and increase their scoring opportunities and their goal scoring, which has been sorely needed. So that's my rant this week.
Wow.
Congrats, Mikey Mike.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Congrats, Mikey Mike, on the week 45 win.
Thank you.
Can I just say a crazy stat that's right now is Connor McDavid has 93 points in 51 games.
Very Gretzky-esque.
Like,
if anyone comes close, it might be him.
It's just that. Just think about that. That's almost doubled what he in games played.
I believe that's put him.
Crazy.
That's put him over 800 points in his career. Which, to be fair, to also another stat 26. For that is he's 26 years old.
Right. So he's got a lot of hockey to play.
So if he plays as long as Gretzky did, he's gotten like another 14, 15 years.
That's nuts.
Yeah. No, it's insane.
It really is.
It is.
So you feel like because we keep witnessing the next greatest, you think at some point in our lifetime we'll see him surpass that record?
100%. If he stays healthy.
If he stays healthy, definitely he's on pace to 100% shatter it.
Sidney should have. But
Crosby should have. But
he got hurt. Yeah. He was on pace for it.
I would love to celebrate his individual stats over LeBron's.
Well, I'm not sure in our lifetime we'll see somebody break LeBron's record. In our lifetime.
No.
It's going to be there for at least 40
years. Well, because it's not done. It's still. He's probably got another 5 years left, and then what will it be like 45? Yeah.
It's gonna take someone that shoots like Steph. Also is the size of LeBron.
Probably 10 years younger than him.
No, he's already well off the pace.
I believe in you. 40 points a game.
He might finish my projection. He might finish sixth around there.
Yeah, somewhere in the 34, 35 range.
Yeah,
which would give him another 10,000 points roughly.
He's a bum.
Who's Steph Curry, the greatest shooter God ever created?
Oh, Curry, yeah. Curry could do it. I would celebrate Curry. I'll take a timeout for him, man.
Curry's already, unfortunately, because of the ankle injuries, Curry is already well off the pace to do it.
Gentlemen, I hope we're celebrating with you guys at this point next week. I only chose the Chiefs because I figured I might be the only one. So I kind of did a Mike Green there, Mike Greeny, and Mike decided to let me down.
I'm sorry.
All right, listen up. Right after the Super Bowl, Merseyside Derby. Come on, Liverpool. Let's beat those freaking Blues. Forget Everton.
You sound like a Fox commercial for the next hit series after the Super Bowl. Stay tuned. 911 is San Antonio.
That's Merseyside Derby. Let's go.
No one is staying up after the Super Bowl, Jamie.
It's on Monday, bro. It's on Monday when everybody's done.
No one is waking up Monday morning.
I gotta work.
It's on Monday evening, afternoon.
I gotta work. Got me there.
Yep. Well, guys, I think that'll do it for this week of Cinco Squad. I do also hope that we are celebrating with you guys starting on Monday. You know, even though I'm a Giants fan, good luck to the Eagles. And go Eagles because my boys are Eagles fans. So, I'll root for them this one time.
I got to parade the plan, baby. Let's go. Grease them poles.
Any final closing words before we get on out of here, boys?
Go Birds!
Go Birds.
All right. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go Chiefs. Let's go football. And we will see you guys next week.
Bet on the kickoff not being returned in the Super Bowl. Take that
for a potentially special episode next week.
Yeah, tune in next week. We might have a
tuned.
special.
Check us out all week on the ground as well. Find us on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Bing, bang, good bang, bang.
Stay tuned for Cinco Squad. Dark, baby.